Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how to adjust your assignment settings in Canvas so that it does not skew your final gradebook when you add assignments or have to make any sorts of adjustments. Here I am in sort of a dummy shell course that is a mirror of an existing course, and because we've gotten into remote learning, there just may be some issues as to some students having access and others not to the materials and information that they had prior to us going into remote learning, from which the original final project assignment was based. And because of that, I have made an alternative an option here that is an equivalent to that original assignment. That way, all students have the option for either staying with that original assignment or moving into the new one. But because I did that, they all fell under this assignment group of lesson plan and presentation. So they do have the presentation and then option A or option B for their final. What I've had to do is, because this is 30% of the grade, by default, Canvas will treat any assignment that is placed inside a grouping as being equivalent, right? And so my issue, though, is that the students are not going to do all three of these. They're going to do two of the three, and there's one that they have to do. So it's really easy actually to fix this up. It's just you have to remember to do this, otherwise it could skew your grades and students may not understand why they get a final grade that they do. So to fix this, so what I want is still this 30% that has not changed from the syllabus, and that the presentation and one of these options will be equivalent, so 15% each. The way I fix that is I click on these three dots on the right, and I click on Edit, and in this pop-up window, this all stays the same, the 30%. And what I do is I say I'm going to drop one of the two lowest scores. So I'm going to drop one of those two options. So they'll get a grade for the option they turn in, but they will get a 0 for the option they do not turn in. So let them know that as well, otherwise they might be a little worried as to why they got a 0. But it has to happen for the math to work. And then what I want, though, is for this to only be applied to either option A or option B that they're turning in. I want them to, all of them have to have some sort of presentation on this. And so what I need for that is to use this option down here of never dropping one of the assignments. And so I click on this Add an Assignment to the Never Drop. And if you wanted to see what those all would be, you have a drop down menu here. And for me, it just happens to be the first one, is that I want this to never drop the final lesson plan presentation. And so once I click that and save, we can see over here that the 30% is still here, and if I hover over the two rules, it'll tell me what those two rules are. So now I'm set up for this to work as it should have originally in the in the scheme anyway. It'll work out fine in the gradebook.